Hello, Bullseye Ballistics coming to you today. Today I'm just messing around, shooting a 22, single shot, Glenfield 10, 22-inch barrel, and I'm gonna shoot it through the chronograph just to see. I got a couple different rounds. Well, actually, I got a box that's got mixed stuff in it, so I just want to see the difference between the real looking gray color lead and I guess you would say Remington because it's, brighter color and all that. But anyway, and then I got a surprise for you, and I'm gonna try to make that video today too. But we're gonna have the first look of the Taurus Raging Hunter 460 Magnum. So I'm going to say this. That's why I got this shotgun out here. 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch. So if you can take that 12 gauge and fire it with one hand, which I've done all my life, you can definitely shoot the 460 Magnum. That's how powerful it is. It's unreal. What I do like about it is I can shoot 45 long Colt, which is to me like a 22. And then I can shoot the 454 Casull, which in Alaska, that's a major bear weapon. A lot of people tote Alaskans chambered in 454 Casull, and it's definitely a grizzly stopper. So you can imagine how much better the 460 Magnum would be. Hold on a second, I got some in my pocket here. So, alright, so 454 Casull, I'll get closer in a second. 45 Colt, and then 460 Magnum. Get a little closer and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. We'll try to get them lined up here to where they're even, and you can see the size difference. So 45 Colt, 454 Casull in the center, and then the 460 Magnum on the other end. So you look at the case and tell each one steps up. Now that middle one, the 454 Casull, I've shot it a few times, and technically, I mean, you need to wear a set of gloves because it's got that much recoil. It gives your palm a little sting, about like shooting a 12 gauge 3-inch Magnum with one hand. You got that little sting, which I like it. I'm not a recoil king like Scott is, and some of the stuff he shoots, I don't know if I'd try it or not. Well, I probably would, but anyway, I want to shoot a few times on them lower. See all the little jugs there. So the ones on the ground, I'm just gonna pop them and look at my chronograph and see what I'm getting. So here we go. And no, I'm not wearing plugs for 22, especially out of 22-inch barrel. Now my little credit card pistol, I'm sure you've seen the video on it. It's loud. I'll wear them on it sometime. Half time I forget. But they say that 460 Magnum is so loud that you have to wear double protection. You have to put buds in plus muffs on, which I use a Walker system, so hopefully it'll cut it out pretty good, but we're gonna find out. All right, here we go. 22. See if I can even hit anything. Yeah. Guess I did. Right where I was aiming. This thing's a tack driver anyway. I didn't even get the chrono on it. Couldn't even see it. That's crazy. It looked like 1,100 feet per second. 1185, something like that. I'll pull it back. Damn, that one's moving. 1375. Let's try one of these other brighter ones. I do not shoot stingers out any of my 22s. You get something moving 1,800 feet per second, you're burning your barrel out. I'm a master gunsmith, been doing it 40 years, over 40 years. And people don't realize really, really hot loads like that. I really don't like doing plus P's, you know, like out of my 9 or my 357 SIG or anything like that. But I mean, I shoot a few once in a while, but whenever you have that kind of power coming out your barrel, your 22 wasn't designed for that stinger load, or the Norma. Norma makes one too. It's got the coon on the box, I think it is. Anyway, they're like 1,800 feet per second. But anyway, you're burning your barrel out. And when you got an older gun that's a tack driver, that's wore in good, you don't want to burn it out, because you can't just. I mean, of course, I can make a barrel on my mill, but I'd rather not, because I'd have to do a lot of work getting the dimensions and everything. You can't just readily go out and find replacement parts for older guns. And a lot of times your old mom and pop kind of guns, granddads and great granddads, they are tack drivers. Some of that older stuff is real good stuff. So don't get me wrong, I like technology and the new stuff, just like the Raging Hunter, you know, ported barrel, and supposed to cut down on your barrel flip. Double locking cylinder. I like that, you know, because it takes both hands to unlock your cylinder and swing it out. So, anyway, all right, let's see what this one does. Here you go, just a little bit further. Try to hold it and look at it at the same time. 11:24. All right, let's see what else we got here. Hey, there's a hollow point. Let's see what that'll do. Well, I done hit that jug, but I'm gonna pick one out on the board right in the center, one of them small Mountain Dews. $15.90. That was moving pretty good there. Let's see what that was. That was a Federal. I done the wind earlier. It's like a little gust. It's mostly 0, but a little gust here and there, about 1 to 2 miles an hour. So, all right, let me turn this chrono off. And get me a swallow of my good old Southern sweet tea. Find me a lid. So the gray ones moving about 1,100 feet per second. There, around about. It's perfect. That's what I use to squirrel hunt. It's a tack driver, and it's the Max Tech. Get it in 250 rounds, 40 grain, standard velocity it says. But I've never ever had a problem with them. Never had a problem. Which I keep them dry. I will say this: if you buy bulk ammo, I use a CVP machine, which is, y'all know it as a food saver from Walmart, vacuum sealer. So put your ammo in it, vacuuming it down. I do like 100 round packs for 22. I do in 50 to 100 round packs for pistol loads, and 50 round packs for, you know, high powered loads like 300 Win Mag and all that. So 308, Creedmoor and all of them. But vacuum it down and you'll never have a problem with it. 5, 10 generations from now, they can open that up and shoot the same bullets that you bought today 200-300 years from now or longer. There's no telling how long. To me, it's better and cheaper than a Mylar bag. Of course, Mylar is great, but they're expensive. So I can't afford. I'm disabled, so I can't afford to get out here and do all that, spend that high dollar stuff. But that's how it goes anyway. Of course, I do my gunsmithing. I say I'm disabled. Yes, I am. I don't have a leg, but I have heart problems, pacemaker, defibrillator, the whole 9 yards. Heart attack, strokes. But I'm still here. Should have named me Lucky instead of Joel. But anyway, I do a lot of gunsmithing. Been doing it a long time. It's my passion, and I basically do it on the side. I'm basically retired, but there's no such thing as retired when you love to do something. So, been doing it a long time. Sure have. All right, well, let's show you this thing. And I do want to say this right out of the box. I took the grips off the back. Listen to me. I took the grips off the weapon, and I put some real nice wooden grips on it with the finger grooves and stuff, and I can hold it better with 2 hands because it's a little bit bigger grips. And plus, with the beautiful wood, it looks a lot better to me. But that's what it comes with normal, which they feel good, but see my big old meat cleaver hands, I can't even quite get my thumb. I mean, listen to me, my thumb. Yeah, I got my thumb on it. I can't quite get my pinky up on that grip. If my fingers is right where they're supposed to be. I don't like that. I want, especially something that powerful, I want to hold that thing. I want to be able to control it. So, and then it has the little extra rubber here that's cushioned. So that helps on the recoil too. So I will suggest, which I'll do too, is if you go with something like wood grips, or even if the regular, there's no use to not have extra protection, but put a pair of gloves on, some kind of padded type glove like this. You know, that way you can cut down on that recoil some. So here we go. There you go. Now, all my fingers go on this. Every one of them. Plus I got plenty of down here to hold that joker tight. So there she is, 8 3/4 inch barrel. No, 8 3/8, excuse me. Like I said, the locking lug double. Make sure you get it unloaded here. So push this in, pull this down, same time. Open your cylinder. Pretty neat. I will say this, people, you know, you see on TV and people's always spinning the cylinder and then kick it in with the weapon. I don't like that. You're wearing your arm out there and it just, that's a peeve of mine. If I catch somebody doing one of my guns like that, I'm gonna say something or whoop somebody or something. Because these things ain't give to you. You know, you're looking at a grand or more for something like this. So I want it to last. You know what I mean? But yeah, there she is. And see, that butt comes out my big old meat cleaver. So I got something to hold on to. The only thing is I don't have that rubber, you know, to help on the recoil, but that's all right. I'm gonna pause here for a minute, I guess, and that there's a steel target right there, right there. And when I unpause, I'm gonna get my muffs on and everything and see if I can hit that thing from here. After I get me a swallow of my sweet tea. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit it with the 45 long Colt first. Then the 454 Casull. And then I'm going to think about the 460. Because at $4 to $5 a shot, you don't want to practice too much. Which I do have a scope I'm going to put on it. I put it on it, but I took it off because it's so freaking heavy, and I can't use. It's hard to find a holster for this big of a weapon that's for a scope at a reasonable price. eBay has them $200. No, not me. So I got a red dot reflex sight I'm gonna put on it and try it out. There's your ports. As you can see, it's ported, and then you got your pick rail for your optics. It's got that aluminum shroud barrel. Yeah, I like it. Sure do. I love it, actually. But anyway, like I said, let me pause for a minute, get some sweet tea. I will have to use, since we're so close right here, I'm going to use my walking stick or shooting stick to shoot it from here. That'll help me hold it better as far as the flip or whatever. but I don't think it has that much flip. It's just with the basically compensator on it, the brake ported. I don't think it'll flip. I think it just comes straight back into your hands, and that's what gives you a sting. But look, I got neighbors coming down the road now, so I gotta watch for that. Even though I got a bank of dirt there and there's nothing across that big field way over there. And they live way down past me. But I gotta listen for them, which that's a good thing with the walkers, because the walkers, you can turn it up and hear a squirrel fart 200 yards away. But then when you shoot, it cuts it out. So I love that. Sure do. All right, let's see if these gloves work for your fingers. Pause. Hey, I do want to say one thing about Taurus right quick before I pause again and start over again. This weapon, the 460 Magnum, is designed for hunting. That's why they call it the Raging Hunter. And most time people has it as a chest pack, as a backup, or sometimes I guess if they want to hunt with it. The 460 is a very flat shooting round. It 150 yard capability is flat shooting, and that out of a handgun, that is awesome. Your average person or average shot is not going to beat that far to start with, especially if you're hunting in the woods. Who can see 150 yards in the woods? I can't. And I have that hunter's eye. So I will say this, the negative thing about Taurus, and I love it, don't get me wrong, that front blade right there is black. The rears are black. And if you got into a dangerous situation to where you had to pull it, or a grizzly's coming at you, you need something bright. Them front sights is so important to acquisition your shot to dangerous game. And I'll show you after I pause. I'm gonna fix this thing right quick. As long as my wife don't kill me. You don't have to go spend all that money on the high dollar stuff. Get some high visibility fingernail polish. Put your little dot on there. That'll work. Just something high vis, because like I said, that front sight is very important. Like if you're falling back or running backwards and a big old grizzly's chasing, your adrenaline is going, your heart is pounding, you're scared to death. You do not want to miss it, that threat. You want to take that threat out quick as you can anyway. So that front sight is very important. It's very important to have it lit up. And I'll tell you something else that I think Taurus should do with the standard grip. They should put a lanyard on it. I mean, the screw to hold it's right here at the bottom. Just slides in and screws up to where these wood grips has got 2 screws on the sides, and they're tight. It has to be really tight. But if they put a lanyard on it, so if you do have a chest pack, you got a lanyard on here, and if you're running or whatever, before you pull it, if you fall, I read something about a guy had one, well, not one of these, but he had an Alaskan, I think. No, it wasn't Alaskan, because I believe Alaskans have the lanyard, or that could be the Survival Alaskan that has the lanyard. I can't remember now. It comes in the orange box as a survival kit. But anyway, he didn't have a lanyard, so he had a chest pack. He He was running from a bear or something, and he fell, and he went to grab his weapon, and it wasn't in his chest pack. When he fell, it fell out into the snow. Luckily, he grabbed it. It was right there, and it saved his life. He shot the bear, and it was over with. But if you had that lanyard, we carry our binoculars on a lanyard. I got a lot of stuff on lanyards, actually. My rangefinder's on a lanyard. So, my chest is full of stuff anyway. But then again, you put a chest pack on with a big old handgun, you can't tote all that stuff. So, anyway. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Let me fix this thing. I'm back. All right. So now, see that front sight? High visibility. You can get it on your target a lot faster. Especially dangerous game or whatever coming at you. So that front sight is very important. In dangerous situations, if you're out in the woods, in bear country, or even a moose, even an angry elk. I've seen videos where deer, regular whitetail fight, people run up and try to hurt them and stuff, trying to fight. But yeah, so put you a little bit of high vis stuff on there. I don't know exactly what the sight paint is, the ingredients, what it consists of, but nail polish is pretty tough. Look how long it stays on your wife's fingers. It stays on for a long time. It don't just wear off, and then a couple bucks, you got a whole bottle. If it wears off, put a little more on it. I'm not sure if the Raging Bull, I know the Raging Bull has some high vis sights, but they don't offer it for this one yet, because the Raging Hunter is so relatively new, so there ain't a whole lot of options out there for it. It is a blade and it's pinned, so I'm thinking that the Raging Bull is a pin blade too, but I don't know if they'll interchange yet. That's something that I haven't studied. But anyway, so let's put a 45 Colt in it. Just your standard 45 Colt cowboy round. I think it's 255 grains. And then let me get me a Casull in my hand for the next shot. Oh, there's one thing I want to do. I'll show you what I was talking about with the 12 gauge. Got all this camo mess on it. A little harder to hold. One hand. That's how that's done. All right. So if you can do that with a 3-inch magnum with one hand, you can shoot this 460 or a 500 Smith & Wesson. Like I said, I chose the 460 because I can shoot 3 different rounds in it. And as far as terminal velocity, this 460 way faster than the 500. So it's got, you're talking about, it's only, what, 452 thousandths of an inch, and the 500 is 501 thousandths of an inch. So it really ain't that much bigger. I mean, less than 50 thousandths, 49 thousandths of an inch. I mean, that ain't much at all. Of course, the 500 is a lot heavier bullet too, and therefore you're going to have a lot more foot-pounds of knockdown energy. But this 460 ain't nothing to play with. You take a 300 grain, well, actually this one here is Federal Fusion, that's 275 grain. You're looking at like anywhere from 1900 to 2200 feet per second. And then the muzzle energy, you're looking at over 2,400 pounds of energy. I mean, that's getting it. Of course, the 500, is 2,800, but or more, 2,600 and more. But that is a lot of energy out of a handgun. Over 2,000 pounds of energy at the muzzle. So to me, that's some knockdown. That's a lot of knockdown. Well, I don't need my glove now, not with this one. All right, steel. It works. Ah, 454. All right, now I'm gonna put a glove on because I do know that the 454 Casull is a hot round, and against these wood grips with no cushion, well, you get the idea. Like I said, this round ain't nothing to play with. It's stop a grizzly in tracks, so I don't know exactly what the foot-pounds is, but I'm believing this is around 240 grains. Yeah, 240. I gotta lower my thing just a little bit. All right. .454 Casull. As you see, that's a hell of a round. Screw it. Let's do the 460. Hope it don't knock a hole in my steel over there. This one you got to hang on to. Yeah, definitely put a glove on. If you got the wood sight. I never fired it with the rubbers on it, so I don't know how much difference it is, but I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure that rubber yeah, I'm sure it'll be, yeah, it feels like it would be a lot better to shoot, but that's just me. I just like the wood, and yeah, that does feel good. It just ain't long enough for me, my big old meat cleavers I have. But there you have it. 460 Magnum. Raging Hunter. Quick acquisition front sights now. But But we're gonna put a red dot on it and try that. Matter of fact, if you got time, let me pause and throw one on there. And let's see right out of the box how accurate it is as far as how much adjustment I got to do on it. All right, be back. All right, we back. Guess I'm gonna do the orange jug sitting on top of. Let me see, where's it at? Right there. Okay. Let's see what she'll do. I'm going to go with a 454 Casull. A lot more manageable. Like I said, don't get me wrong, it kicks like a mule. But nowhere compared to the 460. That's a hell of a round. All right, let's see. Actually, I'm gonna shoot the target first, below it, just to see where I'm at with the red dot, or reflex, or whatever you want to call it. All right, now I'm gonna run down there and look at it. Well, actually, I'm gonna roll down there. I can't run nowhere. Beat, wide load. So, right out of the box, it is 4 inches low and 4 inches to the right. Now, I'm going to do a comparison with a lot less recoil. I'm going to shoot the 45 Colt and see the difference. See if it hits in the same spot or not. Let me roll out. So now it's 6 inches to the right, but only 3 inches low. So I'll adjust it, get everything right on it, and I got to do a little reloading. I got a few casings now for the 454 Casull and 45 Long Colt, and I think I got a couple now of 460, so it'd be a lot cheaper for me to reload a few of them to shoot. And I might just do them a little less hot. I don't know. I like that recoil actually. So standard using H110 is 45 grains. Shooting a 200 or 240 grain bullet. So XTP Hornady. That's still a lot of powder. If you've done it equivalently to say a 45-70 government, see back in the day when they first come out with that round, that's what it meant was 45 caliber was 70 grains of black powder. That's why they called it 45-70. They made the 65s, they made a 100, they made a 110. A lot of the buffalo hunters used the 45-90, but that's what it was, 90 grains of black powder. I don't know exactly what the equivalent is, but 45 grains of smokeless powder is pretty daggone stout. So if I had to guess, I would say it'd be equivalent of 120, because that 460 definitely kicks a lot more than a 45-70. Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good day. If you like this content, please subscribe and hit your like button and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna do my New Year's resolution is do a lot more of these videos this year. All right, Harley, get out of my ear. But anyway, like I said, if you need any questions answered about any kind of weapon, I am a master gunsmith. And email me at bullseyegunrepair@gmail.com. And y'all have a wonderful day, and God bless.